Yes, welcome to jambo ndugu mpendwa msikizaji na mtazamaji. Welcome to AGR Live. I'm Orina Ontiri and this is AGR. In the offices of Easy Drain, we have been having an introduction to Easy Drain Care products of the few. Habari yako bana?
Salama.
Yeah, how's Easy Drain? Na mtazamaji
Easy Drain is a company incorporated and headquartered in Dallas, Texas. And Easy Drain specializes in products that provide solutions to incontinence. So people who have bladder incontinence, which means they can't control their urine, that is the primary target. They also cater to long-distance truck drivers. We'll get into details later, but that's, that's where we're going.
What is
incontinence? Is actually just your imekuja
break inakosa.
That's
because umesema it is dealing with the people with incontinence issues, and you are going to solve their problems. How will you solve their problem, or how have you come up with a way to solve their problem?
Okay. Kila problem ikitokea, it comes with opportunity. Hiyo ni one. Is the solution, how good is the product in terms of solving that problem? Number two is the issue of cost. In care products, especially the bed, the center side, the center piece of with silicone lining, it ensures the product solves the problem in the sense that it's comfortable to the skin and it limits chances of reaction. Tend to have more allergy.
Incontinence, or earlier on I worked as a CNA. So one of the things that I really liked is to get a dry bed. Dry bed. I think you are solving the problem of a bed. I'm good with it. So
now that's where treatment for the incontinence. But the bed helps the management of the incontinence in this sense. If you come into your shift as a CNA, the solution, not dry, but the patient could be wet inside those diapers. But this does not just solve the problem for you as the CNA to get a dry the system. So it doesn't hold against the patient's skin. Does that mean less bed sores? I would say lower chances. I don't say less, but lower chances of infections. And it just means that there will be less cost to the facility management, less cost to families with patients like this. And that's why I brought in the issue of cost. And the final thing about the cost of this bed is that it goes far big at about of other hospital beds. So you're
talking about solving the problem, looking at the cost. So how does the cost come in? Yes, you have solved my problem with maybe let's talk about employment. As an employer, it will solve you the cost of having too many CNAs working on that patient, and the bed is dry, which is good, making work easier. But how does that cost? How does it come? Because you are talking about the family saving them cost. How do you save a family cost on that ground by building a bed? Because early on, the CEO was talking about the expense of the bed. I saw, oh, this bed is expensive. So can you bring me to closer so that I can understand how does it solve the cost issue on the patient and the family?
Thankfully for me, I'm not a medic. I'm not even a healthcare person. I make a living by analyzing numbers. I'm a finance person.
Wow.
To a layman, acquisition costs or buying prices mean a lot. But if you're a financial professional, that might mean something. But whatever means more are what we call recurrent costs. And that is why if I work on any project, you will find me with a place where I put something CAPEX, which is capital expenditure. Next to it, I'll put REVEX, revenue expenditure, which are now those recurring expenses that I tie to continuous revenue. They are recurrent, yeah. So I just name it that way so that I know that at the end of the day, I'm just not looking at how much will I use to acquire what I'm acquiring, but how much will I spend when I acquire something. So let us take very easy 2 examples. You buy a bed for a nursing home, and this say this hospital bed, you happen to get a very cheap one, and you buy it for $3,000, or you buy it for $2,500, and on this bed your patient or your loved one is going to wear diapers every single day. And I'll not break it down to single patients or to individual units.
And also
but I will
change it for a long time.
I will tell you, diapers alone in the United taxpayer $68 billion level. And so this thing will take the kicker. The kicker is, and over and above that, you will still spend a lot more on diapers that you spend with an Easy Drain Care bed. So we have to look at this in terms of Easy Drain Care bed does not only provide comfort, it does not only reduce the dangers of bed sores, it doesn't only lower your chances of in price with any other bed product you will get out there or cheaper. So everybody just needs to do the math. You are giving me a product I would consider superior at a lower cost. It's a no-brainer.
Wow. Actually, I know, and then they develop bed sores. You are going to incur a lot of cost treating this patient. Maybe there is an infection. How can I, let's say for instance, I travel a lot. I do a lot of events everywhere, interstate, so at times we go to other states, but the idea of driving long, at times you find there are no bathrooms on the way. The rest areas are so far apart, let's say like 1 hour or 60 miles apart, and I have a problem. Maybe small kids, they want to relieve themselves. Do you have anything, or have you thought of something that will help them so that I don't keep on stopping on the way?
Actually, the situation, the big, you can stop 2-3 times, and out of the 3 times, only one place will let you use their restrooms. With the COVID fear and all that, and a lot of public restrooms are not necessarily the cleanest places. But now coming back to how we are solving this problem, that's why we have the Easy Drain Care cushion, which allows you to use on different surfaces, from a seat like the one I'm sitting on. You can use these things in cars. You can carry it just the same way somebody can carry a laptop. And it's made with one-way valves, which means it allows urine in, and before you go to empty it, this urine cannot come back. It has a monitor that shows the level. People have a lot of complications. And rest areas in America, which I think you would say is where they have done the best job with providing rest areas, but they are also not designed for children. And I'll explain. Rest areas are designed for a normal, healthy, adult, healthy. I said adult, healthy. So these 2 conditions are key. Sorry, not 3. You are an adult and you are healthy, because that defines the bladder size that will not need relief for at least 2 hours.
Wow.
So the rest areas are built distances that are about 2 hours apart. That children bladders are built are good for maybe an hour, at the very best an hour and a half. So you will find that it's so convenient to have this in the car, and the children can use them whenever they need to use them. And for children, even if they're having a bowel movement, they, as you get to know more about the Easy Drain line of care products, you now begin to appreciate why I insist on care products of the future. because we have just brought the future forward. It's right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what are some of talking about products of the future, and one of the another market that you can sell your products?
I would even not look at it in terms of solution.
Yeah.
And I used to classify it a while back, but now I look at it in terms of every home can make do with a cushion. Because I've not been to a home where everybody is an adult or everybody is a healthy adult. So every home with a child, every home with an elderly person, every home with an ailing person is going to need this solution. And just coming to the cost, it's something that anywhere in the world, I will go to anywhere in the world, but let me talk about America first. At the cost of coming back to the $250, and if you eat with your family 10 times at a restaurant, you will be probably at 500. And that is the cost of 2 of them. So I'm just saying,
wow,
any family can afford the cushion. Oh, I mean, if independent from the bed, because the cushion is not the centerpiece of the bed. The cushion is a unit that is complete by itself. It's I think when it's full, and I will confirm when it is full, but I mean I'll double check that and just confirm it. But the long and short of it is that it's something that you can easily carry.
Wow. So
it's something, because I'm yet to meet a parent who does not care about the sanitary state of the toilet their children are using. Very few people would let their children step into a public bathroom. Or you are in
it's not easy for us to go to a public restroom and clean, but at the same time, you know, mentality does not allow you to. It's very uncomfortable for many people, and
the future is here.
The product is already here.
Yeah, and also, I don't think, but if at your own time, you can scan through the media, and you will find that one of the is already having trouble with their drivers and delivery staff. Peeing on bottles, urinating on bottles, just friend, because one.
Just to cut you short before you finish that idea, I was telling my friend, you know, whenever you walk into somebody's car and then you have been given a ride, don't be drinking anything you get there. Because, you know, some people find, oh, this is tea.
And it's yellowish.
And they drink, this is iced tea.
Yeah.
And then you end up drinking
it's not
something you don't know. Yeah, you just reminded me.
So what I was telling you, that these people already in trouble for using bottles because they are being denied access to restrooms, they are being denied access to, and they have a lot of runs to do, and then before you know it, it's a scandal. And when I talk to my and when truckers are seated together and people are complaining about urine on bottles, it's a big joke. But the long and short of it is that they can get out of this scandal by just ensuring that
President of the United States.
of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor to present to you the President of the United States.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to be back. Mitch and Chuck will understand it's good to be almost home, down the hall. Anyway, thank you all. Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President. No president has ever said those words from this podium. No president has ever said those words, and it's about time. First Lady, I'm her husband. Second Gentleman, Chief Justice, members of the United States Congress and the Cabinet, distinguished guests, my fellow Americans. While the setting tonight is familiar, this gathering is just a little bit different. A reminder of the extraordinary times we're in. Throughout our history, presidents have come to this chamber to speak to Congress, to the nation, and to the world, to declare war, to celebrate peace, to announce new plans and possibilities. Tonight, I come to talk about crisis and opportunity, about rebuilding the nation, revitalizing our democracy, and winning the future for America. I stand here tonight, one day shy of the 100th day of my administration. 100 days since I took the oath of office and lifted my hand off our family Bible and inherited a nation, we all did, that was in crisis. The worst pandemic in a century, the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. Now, after just 100 days, I can report to the nation, America is on the move again. Turning peril into possibility, crisis to opportunity, setbacks into strength. We all know life can knock us down. Hey, that's what we're doing. America's rising anew, choosing hope over fear, truth over lies, and light over darkness. After 100 days of rescue and renewal, America is ready for a takeoff, in my view. We're working again, dreaming again, discovering again, and leading the world again. We have shown each other and the world that there's no quit in America, none. 100 days ago, America's house was on fire. We had to act. And thanks to the extraordinary leadership of Speaker Pelosi, Majority Leader Schumer, and the overwhelming support of the American people, Democrats, Independents, and Republicans, we did act. Together, we passed the American Rescue Plan, one of the most consequential rescue packages. We're already seeing the results. After I promised we'd get 100 million COVID-19 vaccine shots into people's arms in 100 days, we will have provided over 200 resources. We've gotten vaccines to nearly 40,000 pharmacies and over 700 community health centers to get to hard-to-reach communities. Today, 90% of Americans now live within 5 miles of a vaccination site. Everyone over the age of 16, everyone is now eligible to get vaccinated right now, right away. Go get vaccinated, America. Go and get the vaccination. They're available. When I was sworn in on January 20th, less than 1% of the seniors in America are fully protected, fully protected. Senior deaths from COVID-19 are down 80% since January, down 80% because of all of you. And more than half of all the adults in America have gotten at least one shot. A mass vaccination center in Glendale, I said, wrote to me, said she's worried that she was at sight in her car, cried out of relief. Parents, seeing the smiles on their kids' faces for those who are able to go back to school because the teachers and school bus drivers and cafeteria workers have been vaccinated. Grandparents, hugging their children and grandchildren instead of pressing hands against a window to say goodbye. It means everything. Those things mean everything. You know, there's still, you all know it, you know it better than any group of Americans, there's still more work to do to beat this virus. We can't let our guard down. But tonight, I can say, because of you, the American people, our progress these past 100 days against one of the worst pandemics in history has been one of the greatest logistical achievements this country's ever seen. What else have we done in those first 100 days? We kept our commitment, Democrats and Republicans, of sending $1,400 rescue checks to 85% of American households. We've already sent more than 160 million checks out the door. It's making a difference. You all know it when you go home. For many people, it's making all the difference in the world. The single mom in Texas who wrote me saved her and her son from eviction from their apartment. A grandmother in Virginia who told me she immediately took her granddaughter to the eye doctor, something she said she put off for months because she didn't have the money. Cars lined up for miles. And not people just barely able to start those cars, nice cars. No fault of their own, these people are in this position. That's why the rescue plan is delivering food and nutrition assistance to millions of Americans facing hunger. And hunger's down sharply already. We're also providing rental assistance. You all know this, but the American people, I want to make sure they understand. Keeping people from being evicted from their homes. 100 days, an additional 800,000 Americans enrolled in the Affordable Care Act when I established a special sign-up period to do that. 800,000 in that period. And improving health care for veterans. Importantly, thanks to the American Rescue Plan, we're on track this year. And in the process, while this was all going on in 100 days, more jobs in the first 100 days than any president on record. The International Monetary Fund is now estimating our economy will grow at a rate of more than 6% this year. America's moving forward now. We're in competition with China and other countries to win the 21st century. We're at a great inflection point in history. We have to do more than just build back better. We have to build back better. We have to compete more strenuously than we have. Throughout our history, if you think about it, public investment in infrastructure has literally transformed America, our attitudes as well as our opportunities. the Transcontinental Railroad, the interstate highways, united 2 oceans, and brought a totally new age of progress to the United States of America. Universal public schools and college aid opened wide the doors of opportunity. Scientific breakthroughs took us to the moon. Now we're on Mars discovering and investments that only the government was in a position to make. Time and again, they propel us into the future. That's all. This is the large transportation infrastructure. Jobs, ports and airports, rail corridors, transit lines. It's clean water. And today, pipes with lead in them, including drinking water. American Jobs Plan creates jobs replacing 100% of the nation's lead pipes and service lines. So every American, and in the process, will create thousands and thousands of good-paying jobs. It creates the rural America that still doesn't have it. It's going to help our kids and our businesses succeed in the 21st century economy. And I'm asking the Vice creates jobs building a modern power grid. Our grids are vulnerable during the winter storms. The American Jobs Plan will create jobs that lay thousands of miles of transmission lines needed to build a resilient and fully clean grid. Look, the American Jobs Plan will help millions of people get back to their job. 2 million. Or care for an elderly parent who needs help. 800,000 families are on a Medicare disability. If you think it's not important, check out in your own district, Democrat or Republican. Democrat or Republican of an elderly loved one who can't be left alone. Medicaid contemplated it, but this plan is going to help those growth. For too long, we've failed to use the most important word when it comes to meeting the climate crisis: jobs. For me, when I think climate change, I think jobs. The American Jobs Plan will put engineers and construction workers to work building more energy-efficient buildings and homes. Electrical workers, IBEW members installing 500,000 charging stations along our highways so we can own.
American workers can't lead the world in the production of electric vehicles and batteries. I mean, there is no reason to have this capacity. Jobs Americans can raise a family on. As my dad would then say, with a little breathing room. And all the investments in the American Jobs Plan will be guided by one principle: buy American. Buy American. And I might note parenthetically, that does not violate any trade agreement. It's been the law since the 30s. Buy American. American tax dollars are going to be used to buy American products made in America to create American jobs. That's the way it's supposed to be, and it will be in this administration. And I made it clear to all my cabinet people, their ability to give exemptions has been strenuously limited. It will be American products. Now, I know some of you at home are wondering whether these jobs are for you. So many of you, so many of the folks I grew up with, feel left behind, forgotten, in an economy that's so rapidly changing. It's frightening. They fit in. Independent experts estimate the American Jobs Plan will add millions of jobs and first. Nearly 75% don't require an associate's degree. The American Jobs Plan is a blue-collar blueprint to build America. That's what it is. Good guys and women on Wall Street, but Wall Street didn't build this country. The middle class built the country, and unions unions built the middle class. So that's why I'm calling on Congress